Well, howdy, 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 y'all. Teresa here, and Charlie, of course. Poor Charlie. My yarn was falling on him. Well, not all of it, but some of it. Let me show you him right now. Are you ready? That's him right there. Right, Charlie? Is that your face right there? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, there they see you a little bit better. Poor Charlie. Are you okay, little man? Him sleeping. Yeah, he's sleeping. That's about as excited as he's getting right now. Bet you thought I was never coming on here today. Excuse me while I get myself adjusted. Wow. Just got done doing a whole bunch of stuff, and if I look afraid, it's because I am. That's what happens. I just got done cleaning house. It is January 7th, 2017. Saturday evening. It is 7:30 p.m. already. Weather-wise, it is 31 degrees right now here in PANACEA. Real feel is 37. The high is 48. The low will be 25. So, yeah. I don't know how my vegetables are going to fare in this kind of weather, but we'll see, right? Right. Anyway, I got my little ceramic heater going. I hope everybody else is staying warm wherever you are. This Arctic front is just really something else. You know, I know in all up the East Coast it's really cold, and then everywhere else it seems to be. This winter it's hard. Excuse me. Told you guys my ice maker came in yesterday. I was so frustrated. It's a Della ice maker. I was so frustrated because I thought I'm just doing this all wrong, and I thought I'm not getting it to work. And I'm reading a book. And I thought, well, I'm just too dumb. I just have to it's got a timer on it if you want to set it to start making ice at a certain time. And I thought, okay, that's where I'm messing up, and it's just I'm not smart enough to work it. I was really frustrated. I must have read that book 3-4 times. Brad comes home. He goes, well, you should just be able to turn it on and start making ice. And I said, well, no, you got to program in the timer, and then you got to tell it whether or not you want the timer to work. And he's like, he read the book while he was eating dinner. I had made, I'll get to that in a minute, but what I made. But after dinner, he read the book while I was eating dinner, little booklet. Goes over, he turns on, and goes, no, it's working. He said, you set it up correctly and everything. What happened was, I equated to when you turn it on, the front panel lights up. The display panel. I equated to when, and then after a minute or two, it shuts off. The panel does, the light. I equated that to that then the whole machine shut off. And it's extremely quiet compared to our old one. So, now it works great. Make an ice cube very nicely. I don't have it on right now because it's already made so much ice that we have our freezer, or ice bin that we have is full in the freezer now. So, so, yeah, it was funny though. But what I made for dinner last night was I wanted to play with our new rice cooker, steamer, and, it says you can cook all kinds of meat and stuff in it. So, one of the recipes was for pork. They had country style ribs. Or you could do a pork tenderloin. Well, we had some pork tenderloin, but I cut it up into cubes, big cubes. And I couldn't find any of our barbecue sauce. So I used A1 steak sauce. I used some Frank's Red Hot, some garlic salt, and a little bit of ketchup. And it was really good, except for the thing is, you gotta I didn't realize this. It's, in a sense, it almost kind of acts like a pressure cooker. this new one. And so it's blowing off all of the water content. That made it pretty salty. So what I need to do is whatever spices I'm using, cut them in half and add some water. So yeah, all learning curve, but it was good. What I make with it, some cheesy broccoli rice and some corn. And you know what's funny on that, speaking of which, is I'm always very honest with you guys, is the night before last, I had been so strict on my eating, what I thought was correct eating, and I took my blood sugar before decide if I, if it's 150 or below, I'm supposed to not take my insulin. And I talked about that. And it was 211 last night, and I hadn't followed near as closely. I mean, I hadn't done badly or anything. I had just had some chicken noodle soup, some canned, which was, mainly vegetables and chicken. But my blood sugar was only 161. I don't know what it was tonight because I have a Freestyle Freedom Light blood glucose meter, and the battery is dead out of it tonight. So I couldn't, when I went to test my blood sugar before I ate dinner, well, I just had a salad with some imitation crab meat on it. Because I'm back to cooking the main meal later at night for when Brad comes home. But that just seems to work out a little bit better. I was trying to cook that big main meal before he went to work, but he's working longer shifts now. So since we don't get up typically until about 11-ish, because like I said, we're not raising kids or anything, and he works until late at night closing, and then he wants to stay up for a while afterwards, so we don't go to bed till really late, 2, 3 in the morning. But by the time we go to bed, we both will read and stuff for at least an hour, and then so anyway, if we don't get up till 11 and he has to be to work at 1:30, that's just too fast of a turnaround to try to do a big meal. So I'm back to doing them at night for when he gets off. Which he likes to have a nice hot meal waiting for him when he gets off work anyway. So, whatever. It's all kind of, trial and error. I did do some looming last night. And let me see. Let's see about this. No, that's not good. La la la. So this is the show. Let's see how it's turning out. Isn't that pretty? You can definitely see the pattern now. And like I said, this is twice. It's looped over. So yeah. So it's turning out very nicely. I'm going to be starting on, I got an order for a pair of slippers. I'm starting on those tomorrow. That was another reason why I had to get all my housework done today. But anyway, did the looming. Internet sucks poo. You guys know this. I think today is day 4 or 5 of hardly any internet. Yesterday I had none. I'm so sick of it. It's been 9 months now of crappy internet. So, been fighting with that. Brad finally had enough of it. We tried months ago to get internet. And they gave us a runaround. Told us a million different stories. And we finally just kind of gave up. And at that point in time, that week before Brad was working, we didn't really feel like we could really afford an internet bill and stuff. We've been using that bear extender, which works pretty good if you've got a strong signal coming in. But if you don't, then So, Brad finally called because we have very limited. You've got either your choices are Comcast in this area, CenturyLink, or Direct or Dish. We don't want Direct or Dish because we don't want to have to stay here very long. CenturyLink only would give us, only option is 1.5 MB, which is not going to do it. So Comcast, they're supposed to be here Tuesday morning. Pray they are, because that would be so nice. Because when I say spotty internet, and that's only for this laptop. Brad has a tablet that he can't use because he can't hook up. Our phones can't hook up. So, it's costing us quite a bit in hotspotting with our cell phone. And so, yeah, hopefully. And it'll run us about $70 a month. But then we'll be able to drop our data that we carry on our phone way down. So, I told my husband, I said, I can give up a lot of, I can compromise on a ton of stuff living in an RV. Like having to go down and shower down to bathhouse. Very cramped living spaces. It makes it harder to cook and stuff. And granted, he's really been, since he's working and stuff full time, he's, really, he bought some stuff that really helps with the cooking. Like, we got the toaster oven, and yeah, I know I'm kind of a gadget guru in the kitchen. The rice maker, the single burner, the personal little blender, which is like a NutriBullet. It works fantastic. Love it. The different gadget stuff, toaster ovens and stuff. But gotta have the internet. Especially on days where the fibromyalgia is really clearing. And maybe I can't get outside and do as much as I want. Maybe I can't go out in public as much as I want. If my immune system is compromised. So, I really enjoy the YouTube community and my friends. So, yeah, he totally agreed. He said, he'd love to be able to use his tablet and stuff. And it's like those rare nights when I do need to go to bed early because maybe, or go in the bedroom because he has to work early the next day. Because, he sleeps on the pull-out couch here. It'd be nice to be able to just take the tablet back. So, we don't want to get another laptop because once we do find a house to rent or buy, we want to get a desktop again. So, anyway, so cross your fingers that they come, and, she even, the gal that we talked to today said, apologized. She said there were no notes on this at all, and she said she even talked to her boss, and they could see no reason why we were told before that they couldn't do it, even though there's other people in the RV park that they got it. Their reasoning was because the RV park is advertised as having free Wi-Fi through Comcast, and it's a business, so they couldn't do it individually. When she said she could see no reason for that, they don't even require, because they didn't even, ran their credit thing, and they, didn't even need a deposit from us. And it's like, so hopefully, I slept poorly last night. It was just, it wasn't super windy compared to Wyoming wind, but the canopy was really rattling and stuff, driving me nuts. And so then I woke up feeling really blah, sore throat and a lot of sinus pressure because of the storm coming in and stuff. And Brad knew because he had to go to work at, I think it was 3 today. He knew I wasn't feeling good. But I put some eucalyptus in. Eucalyptus wax melts whenever I don't feel good. And I know it works for other people. I'm not saying it works for everybody, but instead of having to take Tylenol or anything, really helps like my sinus congestion and my headache. Took care of that. Made me feel a ton better. Of course, it's good for my breathing. So then I got all my housework done. I dusted, I vacuumed, I did the windows, I folded it and put away all the laundry. I did the dishes, cleaned up the kitchen area. I dusted my ceiling, and I know you guys are going to laugh. You're like, what? Well, you know, with the air conditioners on the rooftop mounted air conditioners on RVs and trailers and stuff, you get, you know, the dust bunnies on the ceiling. You're like, what the heck? You know, so, yeah, got all that done. And then, sat there and watched the most beautiful sunset over the bay tonight. That was really neat. You know, it rained like the dickens last night. Speaking of the weather. Whoo-wee, it rained, and that was part of why I couldn't sleep too, is it was raining like crazy. You know, I mean, I like the rain, so don't get me wrong. So, what I was going to talk about today was, you know, what's really weird is what I've kind of hit on that was, I have a tendency to eat less when I'm not thinking about what my meal plan is. I kind of laugh because, like today I did have a couple packets of ramen noodle soup because, like I said, I wasn't feeling good earlier. And then I just a little bit ago I already had kind of a salad made up. I put some imitation crab on it and a little bit of cheese. And I was gonna put some croutons on it, and I just thought, oh well, no, because you already had, you know, quite a few carbs in that ramen noodle. And I can do it that way, but not if I'm thinking of, well, don't have it because of, you know, you're restricting, you know, because of the calories. Isn't that weird? I mean, I think once you ever, this has been a lifelong battle with the weight. The first diet I would ever put on was when I was 6 months old. Yeah. And, you know, so, and there's a lot of, mental scars and stuff from childhood and stuff dealing with family issues and weight and stuff. But, you know, I just think it's kind of weird. I have a tendency to eat a lot less when I'm not thinking about stressing out about what I'm eating and stuff. I mean, like last night I did have some peanut butter in bed. I'm just a weirdo. But I didn't have near as much. I had maybe a tablespoon. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. But, oh, I'm so excited, guys, if I can get the internet. You know? I always thought, oh, no problem. I could live without internet. Psh. You know what? I really don't think I could. Because I would really... To think that I would never get to watch some of you guys' videos again or hear from you guys again, it's like, you know, you guys are my friends. I mean, like Miss Leanne Light, Stevie Counts, and Ann, and Marcy, and Marnie, and Linda, and I mean, and Nancy, and Cheryl, and Stephanie, and so many more. You guys are my friends, and you guys mean a lot to me, and you know, and you know, even people that don't make the YouTube videos, maybe we're just friends on well, not just friends, but maybe we're friends on Facebook, or you know, maybe you're one of the ones that watches but you don't, you know, usually comment and stuff, but you know, it's just nice to know that I'm helping, or that I'm maybe brightening somebody's day, or maybe giving you a chuckle, or, you know, maybe showing you what not to do, and, you know, so, anyway, I'm having a good night. I'm excited about getting internet. It better happen this time. We're going to get some kind of internet, one way or the other, you know, so I can handle a lot of stuff if I can just have some internet. So, Look at that. Isn't that horrible lighting? I know. Isn't that horrible? Oh, well. Alright, guys. Well, stay warm. Stay safe, warm, and dry, please. And remember that I love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship so much. And if I have any internet, I'm going to sit down and answer comments, read comments, answer comments, touch base with you guys. And then I got to decide what I'm cooking for dinner. I got out some chicken breast, boneless, skinless chicken breast. I'm trying to think of what to do with it. I don't want to do the chicken tenders. I know Brad loves those, but I've been doing those a lot. So I want to do something kind of, I don't know, warming. I'm not sure what to do. Anyway, I think you guys are awesome, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.